It seems that one of WWE's greatest heels is planning to leave WWE to save his own career. Having debuted in WWE in 2004 as part of WWE's developmental show Tough Enough, Mike the Miz Mizanin became arguably one of the best heels that WWE has ever seen. This man has won 2 WWE championships, 2 Money in the Bank briefcases, 8 Intercontinental titles, and I believe 7 tag team titles, as well as 2 United States titles in his career, also having won multiple Slammy awards for Tag Team of the Year and Best Heel of the Year as well. Throughout the Miz's whole career, he was always a heel, teaming with some of WWE's most iconic heels ever we have ever seen, including guys like John Morrison, Damian Sandow, and also now recently Kit Wilson. There was a time where he was a babyface, and it lasted literally throughout all of 2019 until he met Bray Wyatt, which for The Miz, that didn't go so well, because as soon as he lost to Bray Wyatt, he ended up being a heel once again, and from that point up until now, he has always been a heel, with the last few years or so not have won any championship gold. In fact, the last time he was a champion in WWE, it was 2 years ago when he and R-Truth, known as Awesome Truth, became tag team champions for the first time in their careers as a team. Unfortunately, that did not last long because, well, R-Truth, being the fun and hilarious dumbass that he is, he decided to keep giving everybody opportunities at the tag team titles, which did not bode well at the end. Now it seems like the Miz has decided to tell WWE that he is not going to renew his contract with WWE and is planning to leave the company to save his own career. Now obviously we do know that there are multiple promotions that the Miz could potentially go to. One of them is TNA. Obviously, we've seen over the last couple of years or so that several former WWE talent have joined TNA as a full-time talent, which included guys like Cedric Alexander, Steve Maclin, the Hardys, Cedric Alexander I mentioned, Mustafa Ali. Who else? Excuse me. Lei Ying Lee, Mara Sade, Elena Black, both formerly known as Cora Jade and Jakara Jackson in NXT, and even also Zaya Brookside. Many others have also signed with TNA as well. One notably, Ash by Elegance, formerly known as Dana Brooke, in WWE. So it is very possible that we could see The Miz join TNA, but there also could be there could also be an opportunity for The Miz to stay with WWE, but instead work with AAA. Reason being, it's simple. AAA has a strong connection with WWE, having seen multiple WWE talent compete on AAA soil, which included guys like Finn Balor, guys like Chad Gable, who we discover was the original El Grande Americano, the one and only El Grande Americano, Los Americanos, the War Raiders, Lola Vice, the current NXT Women's Champion, Jack Cartwheel, who we saw on WWE Evolve, which airs every Wednesday on Tubi. New episodes. Shout outs to Tubi. And who else have we seen? Women like Bailey, Roxanne Perez. Excuse me, guys like Dirty Dom, who's now the AAA Mega Champion, and even also now Rey Mysterio, who is now the general manager of AAA. Which honestly, I'm all for it. I am all for it. I think it's going to be interesting to see what kind of general manager he's going to be in AAA, because we know that the president of AAA wanted let's see. Hold on, let's see. Here we are. Let's see. If I can find the name. Oh, here we are. Here we are. So we knew that that Maricela Pena, the president of AAA, needed someone to run AAA as they saw fit, and the only person that fit the bill was going to be Rey Mysterio. Obviously, her son Dorian Roldan, the leader of El Ojo, he tried to put his name in the hat to being the GM of AAA, but I think Maricela knew that all he was gonna do was just hand championships over to Omos and Elio del Vikingo, and just instantly play favorites. Whereas opposed to Rey Mysterio, he wasn't gonna play favorites. So I think Maricela Pena made the right call by putting by giving Rey Mysterio the GM position, because imagine the endless possibilities, right? Like we could potentially see the Miz in AAA, which in my opinion could be the only thing that might save his career, because over the last couple of years now, ever since losing the World Tag Team titles to the Judgment Day with R-Truth, the Miz has just constantly been losing matches non-stop, left and right, day in and day out, week in and week out, and there was really nothing that he could have done to save his own career. But it seems like that maybe going to other promotions while signed with WWE could be the only thing that might save his career. But then again, excuse me, but then again, he could also leave WWE entirely, and choose to not renew his deal with the company, and just go at it on his own, which honestly, it is a very high possibility. But considering the fact that from what I've seen on social media, it seems like AEW has signed more WWE talent to their promotion than TNA has ever done in a single year. And that's saying a lot, because AEW has signed so many WWE talent over the years, which included guys like Chris Jericho, Roderick Strong, Leo Rush, Tony Storm, Ember Moon, obviously now known as Athena, using her old indie name. Sasha Banks, aka Mercedes Moné. Who else? Kyle O'Reilly, um, obvious, Daniel Bryan, Big Show, Jim Ross, Adam Cole, Bebe. Just to name a few, right? Like they signed those guys to them, and a lot of them are barely doing jack shit with them. So would it be wise for the Miz to sign with AEW? No, honestly, I don't think so because everybody keeps saying that AEW is where the best wrestle, but from the clips, from the reels that I have seen on social media, it seems like, and I'm not saying this to disrespect the the AEW fans in any capacity. This is my honest opinion, and if you guys want to hate me on it, that's okay. I will accept the hate. But in my honest opinion, I feel like AEW is where the best let their careers go to die. And if you don't believe me, the the answer is simple. I mean, WWE has signed Jade Cargill, and she's now become the biggest star going in WWE. WWE has also signed Blake Monroe. Um, they brought back Paige as well. They brought back Cody Rhodes, which is another name that comes in the mind. Um, who else? Obviously, La Barca, Vikingo, Mr. Iguana. They're all signed to AAA, but they work the under the WWE banner. Um, Javon Evans as well. Fallon Henley is another one that comes in a mind. So it's pretty safe to say that it doesn't work well when they sign with AEW. But I will say, the one thing that I will say about AEW is that it does seem interesting to watch. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm being completely honest. I really don't care for AEW, but it does seem interesting for all intents and purposes. But as far as the Miz goes, I mean, the possibilities are definitely out there. There has been a lot of rumors that he might not renew his deal with WWE. However, several other reporters, including I believe the Wrestling Observer and Sportskeeda, if I remember right, have said that that WWE is in talks with the Miz of signing a new deal to stay with WWE. But I think if I was in the shoes of the Miz, I would probably tell WWE I'll sign a new deal, but I want to work other promotions, including AAA. And honestly, I think that would be perfect for the Miz, because if he were to become a champion in AAA, like say for example, like say for example, the Miz does go to AAA, and he wins. I'll say, what's a good one? Excuse me. What's a good one? Hmm. I'll say the Latin American Championship, right? Like, let's say for example, the Miz goes to AAA and defeats Elio Del Vikingo becomes the new AAA Latin American champion. He can take that title back over to SmackDown and defend that title at any given time, right? He can defend it there on SmackDown. He can defend it, over in AAA. He can even defend it as well in NXT, which would be a bit interesting to say the very least. But in my opinion, in my opinion, I feel like that's probably going to be the way to go for the Miz. To see him stay with WWE and just end up on AAA, like what Jack Cartwheel has done, like what the LWO has done, and the AAA has pretty much saved their careers for all intents and purposes. Even also Chad Gable's career as well. When he returned as the original El Grande Americano earlier this year, back in January at the Royal Rumble, being a part of AAA was what saved Chad Gable's career. And honestly, I think that mask versus mask match is definitely going to give Chad Gable the added boost he needs to finally go after singles gold on Raw, which could potentially be the world heavyweight title, which would be a very ballsy move on his part, but also potentially go after the Intercontinental Championship currently being held by Penta. The possibilities are definitely out there, but we will have to wait and see. No one really knows what the future is going to hold for The Miz, but I will say that he has had quite the stellar career in WWE. But if he announces that he's going to retire and stay with WWE, like what AJ Styles did, I think it's safe to say that The Miz is going to earn his spot in the Hall of Fame. Definitely going to be a possibility, but we'll have to wait and see. But I do want to get your guys' opinion on this whole ordeal. Let me know down in the comments below which promotion you believe he should go to save his own career, and could that be enough for him to go back to WWE at a later time? Let me know down in the comments below. And that'll do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more WWE topic videos in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.